Hunter x Hunter doesn't feel like most anime worlds. At first glance, it looks familiar. Bright colors, adventurers, heroes chasing dreams. But very quickly you realize something unsettling. This world doesn't care about being fair. It doesn't care about being good. And it definitely doesn't care about rewarding the right people. Most shonen anime are built on a simple moral foundation. Good people win, bad people lose, effort is rewarded, justice exists. Hunter x Hunter quietly rejects all of that. In this series, morality isn't a straight line. It's a gray fog. Hunters are supposed to be heroes, explorers, protectors, the elite of humanity. And yet many of them are selfish, greedy, violent, corrupt. Some are killers. Some are monsters wearing professional licenses. And the world just accepts that. The Hunter Association itself isn't pure. It's political. It's messy. It's full of people with personal agendas. Even the Hunter exam, the very gateway to becoming a hero, is brutal and borderline inhumane. People die. Children are thrown into life-threatening situations. And nobody stops it. Because in this world, strength is more important than goodness. That's the first big truth Hunter x Hunter tells you. Power matters more than morality. Not in a dramatic evil villain way, just in a realistic way. Or take the Phantom Troop. To the world, they are criminals, terrorists, heartless thieves. And yet among themselves, they have loyalty, bonds, even something close to family. Hunter x Hunter refuses to simplify them into pure evil. It lets them feel human, dangerous, cruel, unforgivable, but still human. And this is where the series becomes special. Most stories tell you what to think. Hunter x Hunter simply shows you how people are. Even the protagonists aren't protected by moral armor. Gon isn't rewarded for being kind. Killua doesn't instantly escape his dark past. Kurapika's quest for revenge isn't glorified. It slowly destroys him. Leorio's good heart doesn't magically fix the system. In this world, being a good person doesn't guarantee anything. You can train hard, you can fight bravely, you can have the purest intentions and still lose everything. That's why Hunter x Hunter feels so different. It doesn't run on anime logic. It runs on human logic. There are no sacred rules, no invisible force making sure things turn out okay. Sometimes terrible people win, sometimes kind people suffer. Sometimes life is just unfair, and the story never apologizes for that. This moral ambiguity is the foundation of everything in Hunter x Hunter. It shapes the characters, their choices, their pain, their growth, and most importantly, it prepares you for the real heart of the series, because once you understand that this world has no simple morality, you begin to understand its characters, especially the boy at the center of it all, Gon Freecss. If the world of Hunter x Hunter is morally gray, then Gon Freecss is something even stranger. At first, he looks like the perfect shonen protagonist, cheerful, kind, determined, pure-hearted, the classic hero formula. But the longer you watch him, the more you realize something uncomfortable. Gon isn't guided by morality, he's guided by feelings. Most anime heroes follow a clear code. Protect the weak, do the right thing, never hurt the innocent. Gon doesn't think like that. He simply follows what feels natural to him, and that difference is everything. Gon doesn't help people because it's right. He helps them because he likes them. He doesn't fight villains because they're evil. He fights them because they stand in his way. His sense of good and bad isn't built on ethics. It's built on personal attachment. That's why his morality feels unstable. He can show incredible kindness one moment and terrifying indifference the next. Look at the Hunter exam. Gon befriends Killua instantly, trusts strangers without hesitation, shows empathy to people others ignore. But in the same arc, he watches people die around him with almost no reaction. Not because he's cruel, but because he doesn't process the world in normal moral terms. To Gon, the world is simple. People he cares about, and everyone else. This becomes painfully clear during the Chimera ant arc. When Kite dies, Gon doesn't grieve in a healthy way. He doesn't accept reality. He doesn't grow wiser or more mature. Instead, he becomes something frightening, obsessed, reckless, consumed by anger. And in that moment, Hunter x Hunter does something almost no other anime would dare to do. It lets its protagonist become terrifying. Gon doesn't want justice. He wants his pain erased. He wants things to go back to the way they were, and he's willing to destroy himself and anyone else to make that happen. That transformation shows the truth about him. Gon was never a traditional hero. He was a child with a pure heart, but not a moral compass. Even Killua notices this. He understands that Gon's light isn't entirely safe, that his innocence can be just as dangerous as hatred. Most stories would never allow their main character to cross that line. Hunter x Hunter not only allows it, it builds an entire arc around it. And that's the genius of Gon Freecss. He isn't a symbol of justice, he's a symbol of raw humanity. Loving, stubborn, selfish, brave, and deeply flawed. By the end of his journey, Gon doesn't feel like a perfect hero who saved the day. He feels like a real person who barely survived his own emotions. Hunter x Hunter uses Gon to make a powerful statement. Being kind doesn't automatically make you good. Being innocent doesn't mean you're righteous. And having a pure heart doesn't stop you from doing terrible things. Gon is not the ideal hero. He is simply a human being learning, painfully, what the world really is. And standing beside him through all of that is the character who might actually represent the truest form of growth in the series. Killua Zoldyck. If Gon represents innocence without morality, then Killua represents something very different, awareness with chains. From the moment we meet him, Killua already understands the darkness of his world. Unlike Gon, he isn't naive. He knows how cruel people can be. He knows how unfair life is. He knows what real violence feels like, because he was raised inside it. The Zoldyck family didn't just train Killua, they programmed him. Fear was built into his mind, obedience was carved into his instincts, pain was used as education. By the time he meets Gon, Killua isn't just a child, he's a weapon trying to act human, and that's what makes his journey so powerful. Hunter x Hunter isn't just about fighting external enemies. For Killua, the real battle is internal. At the beginning, he believes he has no choice, no future of his own, no identity outside of being an assassin. Even when he runs away from home, he's still mentally trapped. The needles in his mind, his family's expectations, the idea that he was born to kill. Then Gon enters his life, and for the first time, Killua experiences something completely new. Freedom. Not freedom in a dramatic, heroic sense, but simple freedom. Choosing where to go, choosing who to care about, choosing to be a kid. That's why his bond with Gon matters so much. Gon doesn't save the world for Killua. He saves Killua from himself. But Hunter x Hunter never makes this transformation easy. Killua doesn't instantly become a better person. He struggles, he doubts himself, he falls back into old habits. He almost abandons Gon because of fear. Real growth, not anime growth. And the series treats that with brutal honesty. Freedom isn't given to Killua, he has to fight for it. Slowly, painfully, step by step. Removing Illumi's needle isn't just a plot moment, it's symbolic. For the first time in his life, Killua chooses his own path. Not as a Zoldyck, not as an assassin, but as himself. And yet, even after all that, Hunter x Hunter refuses to give him a simple, happy ending. Killua learns that freedom also means responsibility, that caring about someone can hurt, that protecting Gon sometimes means letting him go. By the end of his journey with Gon, Killua becomes something rare in shonen anime. Not just stronger, not just braver, but emotionally wiser. While Gon moves forward driven by pure feeling, Killua learns to think, to reflect, and to grow. In many ways, he becomes the true moral center of the story. His arc shows one of Hunter x Hunter's deepest messages. Strength isn't just about power, it's about breaking the chains inside your own mind. And through Killua, the series asks a question far more important than any battle. What does it really mean to be free? But Hunter x Hunter saves its most profound answer to that question for one final storyline, a storyline that changes the entire meaning of the series. Because the greatest exploration of humanity in Hunter x Hunter doesn't come from Gon, and it doesn't come from Killua, it comes from a king and a blind girl. Which brings us to part 4, the heart of Hunter x Hunter, Meruem and Komugi. If Gon shows the danger of innocence, and Killua shows the struggle for freedom, then Meruem and Komugi reveal the true soul of Hunter x Hunter. At first, Meruem seems like the final villain of the story. Cold, merciless, born to rule through strength, the embodiment of absolute power. He arrives in the world believing one simple truth: the strong deserve to live, the weak deserve to disappear. To him, humanity is nothing more than food and tools. And honestly, the world of Hunter x Hunter almost agrees with him. It's a world where power decides everything, where morality is weak, where cruelty often wins. Meruem is not an exception to this world. He is its purest reflection. Then he meets Komugi, a fragile, blind girl with no power, no strength, no status. By every rule of his logic, she is worthless. And yet, she is the first person who ever defeats him. Not with violence, not with strategy, but with simple, honest humanity. Through Komugi, Meruem experiences something he was never meant to understand: humility, respect, connection. He begins as a king who sees humans as insects, and slowly transforms into someone who wishes he could be human himself. This is the greatest irony of Hunter x Hunter. The character who starts as the least human becomes the most human of all. While Gon loses himself to rage, while the world remains unfair and cruel, Meruem learns compassion, he learns mercy, he learns love. And the series never forces this change. It happens naturally, quietly, through small moments, through conversations, through games of Gungai played in silence. Hunter x Hunter doesn't redeem Meruem by making him a hero. It redeems him by making him understand. By the end, the most powerful creature on Earth no longer wants domination. He only wants to spend his final moments sitting beside Komugi, holding her hand, being called by his name. No giant battle decides his fate, no dramatic shonen victory. Just two people in a dark room, talking softly until the end. It's one of the most heartbreaking conclusions in anime, because it delivers Hunter x Hunter's ultimate message. Humanity is not defined by strength, it is defined by connection. Meruem's journey answers the question the entire series has been asking. In a world without clear morality, in a world ruled by power and chaos, what truly matters? Not victory, not destiny, not being the strongest, but the simple, fragile bonds we create with each other. And that is why the Chimera Ant arc changes everything. It turns Hunter x Hunter from an adventure story into a meditation on life itself. Through Meruem and Komugi, the series shows its deepest truth. Even in the darkest world, humanity can still exist. Hunter x Hunter is not a story about heroes saving the world. It's not about good defeating evil. And it's definitely not about simple shonen victories. It's about people, flawed, confused, emotional people trying to survive in a world that doesn't care about them. Through Gon, the series shows us that innocence can be dangerous. Through Killua, it shows us that freedom is something you must fight for. And through Meruem and Komugi, it shows us that humanity can exist even in the darkest places. That's why Hunter x Hunter feels so different. It doesn't lie to its audience. It doesn't pretend the world is fair. It doesn't promise that effort will always be rewarded. Instead, it asks difficult questions. What does it mean to be good in a broken system? Can someone be kind and still do terrible things? Is power more important than morality? And in the end, what truly makes someone human? Most anime give you answers. Hunter x Hunter gives you understanding. It treats its characters like real people. Their choices have consequences. Their pain matters. Their growth is slow, messy, and often incomplete. And maybe that's why it resonates so deeply. Because it doesn't feel like a fantasy. It feels like life. A world where heroes can fail, where villains can change, where nothing is simple. Hunter x Hunter isn't just an adventure story, it's a mirror, holding up the best and worst parts of human nature. And that's why, years after watching it, people still talk about it. Not because of the fights, not because of the powers, but because of the questions it leaves behind. In the end, Hunter x Hunter isn't trying to teach you how to be a hero. It's trying to teach you how to understand people, and maybe how to understand yourself. Thanks for watching.